Good evening, everybody. Yep, snow falling here at Coors Field. We got a break from the snow for about 3 hours, but before today's season opener between the Rockies and the Atlanta Braves, it snowed pretty good here in the Mile High City for a good 2 to 3 hours. Let's take a look at this nice shiny scoreboard that the Rockies have. Yeah, not the numbers we wanted to see. 8 for Atlanta, 3 for your Colorado Rockies. Yeah, thanks, Dana. What's that? Oh. Hold on, I gotta get my picture taken here with Demaryius Thomas and Cortland Sutton. Smile, guys. All right, hey, good luck against the Chiefs, boys. Get us a win tonight. You know, there's something about playing on Monday night. All the entire NFL world, their eyes are fixed on tonight's game. Now, when the Broncos were winning AFC West championship after AFC West championship, Chris Harris used to like to say, yeah, we have a Jedi mind trick over all the other teams in the AFC West. He would like for his defense and for the team as a whole to get back to that. So we'll find out tonight. But you know what? The players in the locker room said that's not the big reason why they lost. They did say you can never leave the game in the hands of a referee. Now, the clock you're alluding to is this one right over here, left of the Monday Night Football sign. Now, all right, before you go, Chris, we have to toast to the new Rocky Mountain Vibes with a s'more. Sir, have one.
Very good. Toast to toasty.
Hold that plate for me, and we'll do it together on 3. Ready?
Cheers.
3, 2, 1. Rocky Mountain Vibes. All right. Tasty.
In early October of last year, the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history happened in Las Vegas.
58 people were killed, hundreds injured after a gunman opened fire on a large crowd of people attending a Jason Aldean concert. A player on the Colorado Springs Sky Sox witnessed the massacre firsthand. KRDO News Channel 13 Sports Director Rob Namnoum takes the story from there. Rob?
Yeah, Heather, Sky Sox pitcher Bubba Derby was one of the lucky ones to survive the attack. While the gunman was shooting into the crowd, instead of running and ducking for cover, Derby pulled off a selfless act for perfect strangers. Now he's honoring the victims in a story we bring to you tonight called 58 Strong, a story you will only see right here on KRDO News Channel 13.
There's a lot of reminders that kind of go through my head about, that night and, anger, sadness.
Sky Sox pitcher Bubba Derby was enjoying the Jason Aldean concert with family and friends when a gunman opened fire on the crowd.
It is something that I pray about every day, and I keep asking God for the strength to get me through everything. It does take an emotional toll every day on me.
It's so emotional that Derby doesn't want to relive the horrific things he witnessed on that fateful night, but he did speak with TMZ days after the Vegas shooting.
The first 3 pops that we heard just sounded like fireworks. Just thought somebody was messing around. I turned and I looked at my aunt because she was behind me. And I remember looking in her eyes, and it was that look of, are we about to die? Is this it? Is this it for us?
While bullets were hitting the ground, Derby selflessly shielded these 2 women. They were the lucky ones to survive.
I'm very fortunate to be out. And I know my family's very fortunate to be out.
Unless you've experienced something like that, you can't put yourself in that position.
Obviously, it would be a different story, if I did lose, my sister or lose somebody else that was there that meant the world to me.
Derby doesn't want the victims or the families who lost loved ones to ever be forgotten, so he has 58 Strong stitched into his glove.
It's a total account of lives and souls lost that day. And
the glove serves as a daily reminder.
At the end of the day, when I look down at the 58 Strong, it reminds me that it is just a game and how lucky I am just to be alive still.
He hopes his kind gesture will help in the healing process.
Nothing will ever make it better, but I feel like a little recognition could, help them maybe in their grieving process, because let's be real, the grieving never stops.
Other than the victims to never be forgotten, Derby hopes and prays for a universal thought.
I just pray that people learn to respect one another in a different way. It's kind of a word that's been lost, and it's just not that hard to respect another person, another human being. I don't think it's hard to respect human life in general, and I just hope people start to learn that a little bit better after all these incidents.
Now, Derby says because of the shootings that have happened after the Vegas shooting, he wants to make sure that the people who died will never be forgotten. As far as the 2 women he shielded during the shooting, they were able to find Derby on Facebook to thank him for his heroic act. Stacy? Kylan Kraft's Timig creates a lot of shots and scoring opportunities for the Liberty boys soccer team. He is one of the leading goal scorers in Southern Colorado. In fact, during this past year, shots have become a part of his everyday life.
I was out of school for about a week, I'd say, just like feeling really sick. I was just tired all the time. I was drinking 12 to 15 water bottles a day.
Last March, Kylan Kraft's Timig threw his hands up in the air because he didn't know what was wrong.
But I've always relatively been a healthy kid, so I was like, I don't think this is the one for me, but I wasn't really educated about it.
After having blood work done, a few days later, he ended up going to the emergency room for more blood work. This 16-year-old had his life turned upside down when he learned that he has type 1 diabetes.
I was scared, to be honest. I didn't really understand what it all meant, what I could do, what I couldn't do.
Went through all the emotions of, oh my gosh, what happened to him lying there in this hospital bed? What are his coaches going to think? What are his friends going to think? And, is he going to be the kid with diabetes?
I was pretty afraid because I didn't want to lose my best friend or anything because I didn't know what was going on, but I knew that he would be okay.
Kylan went from taking shots on the pitch to taking shots of insulin to keep his blood sugar at a healthy level.
It tells me what my blood sugar levels are all the time.
Kylan wears this monitor on his left arm to monitor his blood sugar, which he can see at any time thanks to an app on his phone. The sport of soccer has done wonders for Kylan as he adapts to the life-altering disease.
Soccer's helped me a huge ton. It just helps coming out here and being able to just forget about it for a little bit and just play.
1, 2, 3, Lancers!
He hopes he could be an inspiration to young soccer players who are dealing with type 1 diabetes.
I feel like if I could do anything to influence younger kids' perspective of life, of playing just soccer with type 1 diabetes, it'd be a huge help to my heart too.
It's great to see that he's not letting this disease hold him back. He's one of the better players in Southern Colorado. He's been playing the sport of soccer since 2 years old, and that has not been taken away from him just because he has type 1 diabetes. He hopes to play college soccer. Only a junior. I'm assuming some colleges are starting to take notice of Kylan
for sure.
and his exploits on the pitch.